Spoiler ahead for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I think that Jean Grey saves Peter Parker not once, but twice. Obviously, she saves him, helping him continue to breathe after he's been shot. But she also saves him by helping him come back into existence. Think about it. Peter Parker has been completely erased from existence, right? He is not someone that anyone recognizes. Even when Peter goes out, he chooses not to identify himself as Peter Parker. He's trying to erase himself as well. So in doing that, the world only sees Spider-Man. And this, I think, is why the spider is starting to take over more and more. Sure, I'm sure there's like biological reasons and mutation reasons, but also there isn't a Peter Parker to fight back against the spider as the spider starts pushing more and more of his identity. The whole world just sees Spider-Man, and that's who starts to take over. Because Peter doesn't have anyone to identify himself as Peter, he literally can't engage any of his losses. He can't really mourn. No one's going like, oh, hey, I'm so sorry that you lost MJ. I'm so sorry that you lost your aunt. Literally, he doesn't have anyone to recognize him as himself and starts to lose himself. And I think that is why Jean Grey can't enter his mind initially. Yeah, maybe it has something to do with powers or technology or something along those lines as well. But at least thematically, she can't enter his mind because he doesn't have an identity. Without other people recognizing us as ourselves, it becomes really, really hard to recognize ourselves as ourselves. So when she tries to enter his mind, there really isn't a Peter Parker. There isn't an anchor, an identity that she can latch onto to manipulate his mind. It isn't until later, after she's gone into his apartment, found where he literally says, my name is Peter Parker in a letter, that she names him. And that's when Peter comes back into existence. All of a sudden, for the first time in years, someone has seen him as Peter and basically allowed him to continue to exist as Peter again. So by the end of the film, when he says, I am both, I don't think that's just about, oh, I accept the spider and the darkness that comes with being the spider. I think he's literally saying, I'm accepting being Peter and the losses that come with being Peter. All the losses that I've really not had to face. I haven't had to say goodbye to MJ. He really hasn't faced it. So by having accepted those pains and those losses, all the things that Peter has lost, he now also has an identity again. Because who are we other than kind of all the things that we've left behind? Hence why it's a brand new day, right? Every ending is a new beginning, right? But that also means every beginning is also an ending. He hasn't faced those endings. Finally, he can move forward. He becomes kind of the newest version of himself, is recognized as himself by other people, but he can also then let someone else in. And he is able to, because he's recognizing his losses, recognize the losses that someone else is experiencing and able to share those for the first time in years. Chef's kiss, what a beautiful film.